Okay, and this time, Pierre will be here. So, okay, everyone, take 2 of this. Disney World 2023, thank you for coming to my PowerPoint presentation about how to plan a trip to Disney in 2023. Well, late 2023. And I'm joined here by RedPandaPieron. EllaMoora. Mysterious. And M. Reinhardt 404.
Oh,
Wait,
whoa.
Did you not hear me say hi?
No.
No.
Oh, hello.
Hello. All right. Consequently, these will also be the 3 people I've roped into doing this with me. So yay! And also thank you, Piran, for helping me with the presentation. Woo! And thank you, Farrell, for the resub. We did not see that pop up earlier, but now it's here. Hello. Okay. So, what can I say about this? This is a bit loud. Let me turn this down low. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so why did you make this PowerPoint? The world's going to shit, global warming's happening, there are flash floods all over the place, and the forests are literally on fire. Don't even get me started on politics. And so, therapy is good, right? That'll help us with all the things that are going on in the world, but that costs a lot of money. And we do not have that kind of money. And Disney World is also exists, and it also costs a lot of money. But good luck to us, we do have that kind of money, so that's why we're gonna go to Disney World instead. And that doesn't really explain why I made this PowerPoint, because I went to Disney last year. That's what happened, and I felt like my depression was cured. I am not a mental health professional. And I really wish I planned it better. And I make PowerPoints of my job, and so I thought that I could use my skills here. But doing basic quick maths, we can now see that Disney is better than therapy, also still not a healthcare professional. But based on personal experience, I think that it is more fun. Okay, and as evidence to this, after going to Disney, well, upon going to Disney, my depression was cured because... Okay, look at this. Look at this. If you see pictures of this person, your diagnosis would be this person is not depressed. Am I still sharing this? Yes, I am. Okay, good.
Yes, you are.
All right, so we have the game plan. On Wednesday, we're going to be doing Epcot. Here are the park hours. So we can refer to this later on. And so you'll see here, there's park hours, virtual queue. What is that? That'll be explained later. How do we get there? The reason that we're staying where we're staying is because it's very close to Epcot. It's a 13-minute walk, and fireworks will be at 9 o'clock. And we're also going to be doing 2 separate days on Thursday, as we talked about. There will be the Magic Kingdom portion, where Ella and I will go and do all of the Disney princess things. And then the boys will go to Hollywood Studios and do all the Star Wars things.
Yes.
And
Star Wars.
I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful time. I do not care about Star Wars. So we're going to have 2 separate days there. And one of the most important things about planning a trip to Disney World is that it's very expensive. It's very time consuming. So you should only do the things that you really care about. And so it's okay if you want to split the group, honestly. It probably works out better this way.
It's not D&D. You're allowed to split the party.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. And then so on Friday, we'll be doing Disney's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And for that, we actually needed to get advanced tickets. And are we covering advanced tickets? We're not covering advanced tickets. So I'll just talk about it later. But there's going to be a virtual queue as well. And then also going to, unfortunately, where we're staying, getting to the Magic Kingdom Park is going to be the most annoying because the buses will take us to this place called the TTC, where if you're from Toronto, you know what that means. But in Disney, it's, what was it? It's like something transit center. But anyways, it's...
Is it Tram Transit Center?
No.
Oh.
I wish I forgot what it was. But it's not...
Transportation and Ticket Center.
Transportation and Ticket Center. Yeah, and you can also park there and take various different kinds of transportation to all the different hotels and things like that. But, you know, why do that when you can just walk? Okay, and then we have the Universal Day, which I've not planned at all, so we're not even going to talk about that here. We're going back to Epcot again. And then we're doing Disney Springs on the final day, which is the shopping plaza that's open. And it's free to go there. So, the hotel we're staying at is called the Disney Dolphin. Question to everyone, what is this? In this picture, what is that?
Clearly.
That's not a dolphin.
It's clearly a dolphin.
Yeah, so
I would classify that as a guppy.
It's not a dolphin. I've decided to call it the Disney Fish. We'll still call it the Disney Dolphin for the rest of the slides, but for all intents and purposes, this is not a dolphin, it's a fish. Okay, so the reasons I went with this hotel is because it's really close to Epcot, which is the main park we'll be going to. We're going there for 2 of the days. It's a deluxe resort, which means that it's owned by Marriott, but we have a lot of really good perks like early entry, and also if we decide to get lightning lanes, we can buy it earlier than everyone else. And also we can get to the parks very easily. There's a lot of different kinds of there's like a water boat, which is pretty cool, and there's also buses and shuttles where you can take it to the transit center and all kinds of stuff. Also, it's very affordable, mostly because my friend works there and we can get a discount, but also you can use your Marriott points, which is great. Let's go.
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, now that that's over with, let's go over how to get on rides, which is the bulk of this PowerPoint. This is mostly what this is about because it's actually very difficult.
Wait, Ren, you don't just simply wait in a line?
You could. That's the first way. It's called standby lane.
Wait like a peasant.
Yeah, then we have the second method. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I don't know why it's just popping up now.
Because I just did it. Like right now.
Okay, so the second way to do it is called virtual queue. You might have seen us talk about it earlier. So we'll go into depth for all of these different methods. I made slides on all of those. But virtual queue, you still have to wait like a peasant, and you only have to do it for certain rides. Individual lightning lane, you pay to skip the line one time, and you can buy it at 7 o'clock in the morning. And the next one is Genie Plus, which is you pay to make reservations so you can line skip certain rides. So at a lot of other theme parks, right, you pay to do the line skip, and then you think that you could just go into the fast lane, and that's it. Not at Disney. So if you just pay for this and expect to be able to skip all the lines and go to the lightning lanes, you will be sorely mistaken, and you will feel very sad because you'll have missed your first selection. You have to select the rides that you want to skip, and you only can do one of them one time. And I'll go more into that later. And then the final one is rope drop, which is when you go right when the park opens, and because we're staying at the Dolphin or the Disney Fish, we get to go half an hour before all of the peasants staying off resort. So yeah, standby lane price is free, and this is self-explanatory. So for the rides, depending on how popular it is, you can just walk on. You can wait 90 minutes, or you can wait 180 minutes. I think that's the highest I've seen for off-season. So in Disney World, unfortunately, time is money because you don't get to go very often. And if you miss going on the ride that you want that day, you don't really get another chance unless you want to pay more money to go to the parks. And I've also attached some very handy links. I'll be linking you guys the PowerPoint afterwards. And I'll also be saving it as a PDF. But the wait time averages for the last 30 days is available. And that'll help you plan what you're going to be doing. And so we're going on to the second one, which is virtual queue. So the virtual queue is also free, but the true price you pay for is your sanity, because this is very convoluted. So right now, Disney World has 2 virtual queue rides, and you can only ride them one a day. Unfortunately, we'll be doing both of the virtual queue rides because they are very good. So we're going to have to learn how to do this, and I have to teach you guys. So the first one is Guardians of the Galaxy. Cosmic Rewind at Epcot, which is the first park we're going to do. And the second one is the Tron Light Cycle Run at Magic Kingdom, which we will be participating in a special virtual queue that will only be open to people who are going to the party, and that'll be at 6 o'clock, and I'll go into more detail about that later. So how to book, what you need a park pass reservation or a ticket for the park, a desire to go on a ride that is greater than your desire to sleep, and also My Disney Experience app. This is very crucial, and you need to download this. And also we need to add each other as part of the party, or else this is not going to work.
I have everybody in my party.
Yes.
I don't know if that means everybody's in everybody's party.
It was not, but I think everyone is added to each other's. You have to be able to add each other as a friend, because when you actually go to book the virtual queue, you can select other people, so you can add everyone to the party. So there's going to be 2 main drops for the virtual queue. The first one is at 7 o'clock in the morning on the day of, and you can do that from anywhere. And the second one is at 1 p.m. You need to have scanned in at the park. Now, what that means is that if you're doing Park Hopper, you can only enter the park after 2 o'clock, which means you cannot do this with Park Hopper. However, if you go at like 10 o'clock in the morning or whenever and you scan in and you decide to go back to the hotel to rest a bit, you can actually book the second virtual queue from your hotel as long as you've scanned in for the day. And there's also the secret third drop, which is the 6 o'clock one we're going to try to get during the Halloween party. So, tips and tricks. You can confirm your party before you book. So you can actually set your party an hour before it's time to book the virtual queue. So that means you can get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and set everyone.
Stay up until 6.
Or stay up until 6.
No, sleep till Disney.
Oh my god. If you stay up till 6, you're going to be majorly screwed because the park's open at 8:30.
Or don't sleep.
Oh my god. All right.
Fine. Just drink enough caffeine to make my eyes.
Sleep is for the weak. It is kind of, but also it's I would like everyone to survive because we're going to be there for several days, and if we just decide to not sleep any of the days, then we're not gonna make it.
I will be
What
sleeping.
do you think the time before the Mickey's evening event will be used for?
It's
Shopping.
gonna be used for Ren and I to go get ready to go to the Be Our Guest dinner thing we have scheduled.
Yeah, but I just want to sit in the pool in the morning, to be honest. Okay, so once you confirm your party, the tip and trick is that all of us can try to book it at the same time. So if someone's really fast or if someone's really lucky, Pieron, you can go and try to book it, and you can select it for all of us. There's no harm in everyone trying to book it. And
This
also,
requires me to be awake.
yes, but also boarding group does not mean you're guaranteed to get on the ride. I will explain a little bit more later. You can only do one virtual queue a day. You can only do the virtual queue once per day. Asterisk. The other thing is you could do it if you buy an individual lightning lane for it. So those ones, I'll explain more later, but you can basically pay to go on that ride. So you can go on all of these rides twice a day. You can do the booking group where you try to do the virtual queue, and then you can also buy a lightning lane for just that ride. And then, so here's the waiting part. So once you get your group, you get a boarding group, which gives you a block of time that you have to return by. However, sometimes you have to wait up to an hour before you can actually go. Because they call everyone in by big groups, if that makes sense. So like there'll be a huge group of people that'll all be 3 to 4 o'clock, and you just have to show up and hope that they can scan you in. And the other problem with this is that if there's any ride closures or delays, which they're new rides, so there will be, potentially you could get pushed back further and further. And there's a link for additional reading for you. But basically, that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like they reserve a time for you to come and wait, but you still have to wait. You can't just like go and board the ride, which doesn't make any sense because if they know what time you're coming, why can't? Anyways, It's fine. Anyway, so this is the third method, individual lightning lane. So the price is between $12 to $25. Okay?
Is this US or Canadian?
US dollars. Everything here is in US dollars.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Canadian.
I know. So this is the pay to win method because remember, time at Disney equals money. And just here's a little spiel for me to play devil's advocate because I hate spending additional money. I don't have to, but you only have 12 to 13 hours to see everything and park tickets are $100 a day. So here are the different, I guess here's a breakdown of the different parks and how much they tend to be. So at Hollywood Studios, Star Rise of the Resistance is between $20 to $25. Epcot Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is between $15 to $17. And also the prices vary, so they tend to be more expensive if you're going in a busier time. At Magic Kingdom, you have Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron Light Cycle Run. And then at Animal Kingdom, you have Flight of Passage. And as a reminder, both Cosmic Rewind and Light Cycle Run that we want to go to are virtual queues, and they're both pay to win ones as well. So they know what they're doing. But those are the basically pay once to ride in all of the parks.
Bastards.
Yes. Okay, so how to book an individual lightning lane. By the way, the individual lightning lane, the shorthand for it is ILL. And it's funny that it's ill because that's how I feel when I have to pay that much just to go on one thing one time. So what you need is you need the park pass reservation. Oh, I didn't add this, but like later on, next year they're getting rid of the park pass reservation, so you don't have to reserve parks anymore. So you could just get them. You need the My Disney Experience app, as this is a very common trend. You basically need this app or you can't really do a bunch of the rides. And then you have to confirm your party before you try to book. Yeah, so you can basically, if everyone has paid for the lightning lane, you can kind of book it for them, if that makes sense. And then you could, the maximum you can do per day is 2. So even if you go to a different park, you could only buy 2 individual lightning lanes, and it cannot be done for the same attraction. And if you stay at a hotel, like a Good Neighbor hotel like the Dolphin, which we are, you can buy them at 7 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, you have to do it when the park opens. And funnily enough, these ones do sell out because not everyone wants to deal with the virtual queue BS. And also, as a heads up, they're also not, because they're the popular ones, they're not available on Genie Plus. And yeah, you can use them with the virtual queue, so that way you can ride it twice a day. And additional reading is there for you as well. So then we also have Genie Plus. The price is $15 to $35. And this one is extremely convoluted. Basically, it helps you book a lightning lane on multiple attractions. And before, it would be one price for all the parks, but now each of the parks has a separate Genie Plus price. But the busier it is, the more you'll need it, and the higher it costs. Okay, here we go. So Genie Plus is not Lightning Lane, but it will let you use the Lightning Lane if you reserve a time slot. Moral of the story, one does not simply walk on to the Lightning Lane. You can't just, oh, I see it, I would like to join. You cannot. You can't do that. Yeah, there's a lot of terminologies, and I'm also very confused, so let's just go over what all of those mean. So, short break, and basically here's what all the terms are. So, Disney Genie is a free app in the My Disney Experience app that is kind of like a planning tool. And then you have the Genie Plus, which is a service that lets you skip lines and use the Lightning Lane, but you have to reserve them. So you have to book them in advance. Lightning Lane is what it's what the thing is called that lets you go on the shorter ride lane. There's like the Lightning Lane, and then there's the standby. And then the individual Lightning Lane is the pay-per-ride thing. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes. So you have to pay for Disney or Genie Plus.
Yes.
And then also the Lightning Lane.
The individual Lightning Lane.
Okay.
So Genie Plus lets you use the Lightning. Okay. I didn't explain this very well. So the lightning lane is the shorter lane, and the standby lane is the larger lane for peasants. And basically, Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes let you use the lightning lane, but you have to do different things to get to the lightning lane.
Okay, if
Why
you
is this-
buy the Genie Plus, do you
Yes.
then have to additionally pay for a lightning lane on top of that when you go into the things?
Only certain rides, right?
Only yes. So basically, Genie Plus has a bunch of rides that are included that you have to schedule them, and then you can go use the lightning lane for them. The
You don't pay
individual,
extra.
you don't have to pay extra, but the individual lightning lanes, let me go back a little bit. Wow, I wish there was an
Like,
easier way. So these ones,
Resistance
so only
Cosmic.
these rides are the individual lightning lanes, and these ones are not included in Genie Plus.
Okay.
So, do we have to purchase Genie Plus in order to use the individual lightning lanes?
No. Excellent question. You do not.
Okay.
So if you just want to pay one price to just get on a ride and that's it, you're more than welcome to. These are the ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and they only have it for like the most popular ride at each park. They sell individually.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But
And-
then we wait in a really long line.
So if you buy the individual lightning lanes, you don't wait in a long line. You basically just walk up. But it's like $25 a pop.
Right.
Yeah. But if you don't pay for it, you can either be stuck with the virtual queue, which was what I described, or you would have to do rope drop, which I'll also explain.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that kind of clear everything up?
Yeah.
Because like the lightning lane is just the shorter lane. That's just what it's called. So the other things allow you to access it. Because, for example, if you're on a ride and it breaks down, they'll also give you a pass that lets you use the lightning lane for that ride later.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so, but you're still using the lightning lane.
Right.
I don't know why they decided to name it this way. It's just very, Bad. it's very confusing. And I had to make a PowerPoint to explain it to you. So, yeah, that's basically what that is. Okay, so continuing on, we have Genie Plus, how to book. So you need the experience app, and then so for example, you can purchase Genie Plus for the upcoming day starting at midnight. So you can't buy it before you get to the park. You can only buy it like the midnight before at the earliest. The price is per person, and you can start picking rides at 7 o'clock in the morning. And Genie Plus works once per ride per day. So for example, you want to go on, what would a good Genie Plus one be? I don't know, Peter Pan Flight of Passage or something. Not Flight of Passage, like the Peter Pan ride. And you've already used it for that day, you have to line up regularly with everyone else, even if you already have the Genie Plus. You can't select again after you've gone on it once.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it's not for rides. You can also use it for character meet and greets and attractions too, which is why this is pretty good. Especially for Magic Kingdom, because there are so many rides to go on. So like that way you kind of get your money's worth. And then also, if you buy Genie Plus, you can download any ride photos for free. Usually they charge you for those usually. And then, so you can select, so once you've booked your ride, you can select your next one after your arrival time has passed, which means you missed your reservation. The selection is redeemed, which means you scan your band in, or 120 minutes. I meant to write minutes. It's not there. Just pretend it is. Has passed since you made your first selection. So it's based on when you've selected the ride that you want to reserve is going to be. And now they let you go back and modify it, which is really nice. And also arrival windows are very strict. So you can tap in 5 minutes before your arrival time or 15 minutes later. But if you miss that time window, it's going to say that you've already gone on the ride and you cannot ride it again, even if you missed it. So just make sure you edit it if you know you're going to be late.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, now on to advanced reservations. You need to
Wow.
book everything in
That
advance. Yeah.
So, what are the two most important things at Disney? It food and it rides. And yeah, you need to make reservations for food. You're gonna click a couple times. So, It's real easy to make reservations for food. You either need to log into the app or log on to My Disney Experience on the Disney website. Once you get there, there's a little hover thing that says My Disney Experience. Hover over that, click Reserve Dining. In the app, it's a little sort of... This is super confusing the first time I did it because I had no idea what I was doing. But it's the little plus icon in the middle of the bottom bar on your app. So you click that, you click Check Dining Availability. Why are they two different things? I don't know, but they were named two different things. And then it'll ask for your party size, what date and what time of day you want, and then you just scroll through and look for your the thing you want. You can do this up to 60 days in advance before you want to register it. Unless you're staying at a Good Neighbor hotel or similar branded type of hotel, then you can do it 60 days plus the amount of days that you're staying at the hotel. So you get a couple extra days before any of the other plebeians can do it, which is great. This is really good for like the Be Our Guest or the Cinderella's Royal Table, which are the super fancy, go to the big castle, go to big fancy room, and you get served food. But if you don't feel like making reservations, there are plenty of quick service places all around the park that don't need a reservation and have really good food.
And the other thing is, the really cool thing with Disney is that you can mobile order. So you can order things and go to pick it up in advance. And you don't have to wait in line. Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you touch on this at all, but very big hint for food and drinks and stuff. Never pay for water at Disney. Don't pay for water at Disney. I'm gonna say it a third time. Don't pay for water at Disney. Bring water bottle. There's water bottle filling stations everywhere. You can go to Starbucks, they'll give you free ice water.
Yeah.
Don't buy water at Disney.
Yeah. Because it's like, what, don't they charge you like $4 a bottle?
It's like $4. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Wait, Kieran, you're saying we should buy water at Disney.
If you want to be a chump, buy water at Disney. If you want to be a chump.
It doesn't taste any different than regular water, I promise you.
Next slide.
Isn't it supposed to be magic?
It's supposed to be magic.
Very similar to food, booking events, which are called enchanting extras.
Yeah.
Right?
They can't name things normal. Things.
Can't do it on the app. At least I haven't found out how to do it on the app. I looked all over, couldn't find a button. On the, however, on the website, log in, same way you do for the food, just go one button down, book enchanting extras and experiences. There's all sorts of cool stuff here. 60-day rule applies here too. The hand-built lightsabers, which is in the next thing too, is one of these that you're going to want to do as early as possible, or the fireworks show parties, where you can go do a dining experience at Cinderella's Castle or the Be Our Guest room, have an excellent view of the fireworks show, and be able to just sit and not deal with a whole crowd of sweaty-ass people and their screaming kids. So, we love that.
We will not be doing either of those. We're going to deal with the screaming kids.
We're going to deal with the sweaty people and the screaming kids. But
yeah.
We are those sweaty people and screaming kids.
We are the screaming kids.
The fireworks show parties and stuff are very expensive. However, it is a very cool experience if you want to do it. But yeah, other than that, it's almost the exact same thing as booking the dining stuff, except you find out where you want to go first. So with dining reservations, you put in your party and when you want to go, then you see what places are available. With booking the experiences, it's you find the experience and hopefully it's available on those days. But I think the enchanting extras is a little bit more lenient than the food reservations are, so...
Yeah, they tend to not book out as fast.
Yeah. So, there's that. So some stuff you might want to reserve. Oh, yeah. So for events, you want to do Sagi's Workshop. Sagi's Workshop, you build a lightsaber, go through a whole little ritual thing. It's pretty cool. Capture Moment. So, Capture Moment is available for all of the parks. It gives you about 40 minutes with at least 2 different park picture locations, and you get a photographer. It's expensive, but it's pretty cool if you want a really magical experience for, like, your child, or if you have a big event, like a proposal or something.
Yeah, it's $99.
Or if you just want, if you just want a thing. Memory Maker. Do you have kids? Do you like pictures? Do you like ride pictures? You get all that shit in one convenient place if you get Memory Maker.
Oh,
It'll keep.
as a heads up, the Memory Maker price goes up if you get it while you're at the park. It's cheaper to get it a few days before you show up.
Didn't know that?
Yep.
That's cool. Memory Maker also works with your capture the moment stuff. So everything, all of your pictures, anything you get taken is going to be in that Memory Maker. It's also like $160. So, dessert parties / the firework patches. We talked about that a little bit before. There's fireworks, there's desserts, there's atmosphere, there's no screaming kids. What more could you want? The Wild Africa trek, that was pretty cool. Do you want a bomb-ass zoo trip? Do you want to go walking? Do you want to do some climbing? There's more animals there than you can shake a stick at.
Are we
Really
allowed
cool.
to shake sticks at the end?
Probably not.
Oh.
But that's Animal Kingdom. We don't care about Animal Kingdom. We're not going there.
So we don't care about it. We just have chosen not to go to it this particular trip.
We
Yes.
don't care. It's a glorified zoo.
Animal zoo.
I
Animal
Happen to
prison.
like Animal Kingdom.
Well,
Fair.
I only remember Animal Kingdom from my last trip. That's just why I want Magic Kingdom.
Oh, fair. Also, I did want to mention that they're going to open a new Zootopia ride. And they're getting rid of the dinosaur one,
sad.
which would be a good reason to go.
I mean, that would be a good reason to go. We do stay in Zootopia.
We do stand Zootopia, although it's not as good as there's another park where they have a whole Zootopia zone.
That's like another country.
Yeah, it's like Zootopia World.
I am another country.
So, as far as food restaurants to go to, Sana Animal Kingdom Lodge is one of the best experiences on Animal Kingdom, and it's got a very fun and adventurous menu. It's got a lot of like African flavored and inspired dishes.
Is that at a hotel or is it at the
It's at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
yeah, so this is at a hotel. Oh yeah, a bunch of these are hotel places.
Yeah, but you can reserve spots there, and it doesn't. So you can go to any of the resort restaurants and stuff. You don't have to go to the resort. Apparently, some people just do this. They just go to the resorts. Victoria and Albert's at the Grand Floridian. Everybody loves Grand Floridian. It's big. It's fancy. This is also fancy, expensive, but it's like it's a whole thing. Ohana at Disney's Polynesian Resort. Polynesian Village is sick. People are like, I want to be in Polynesian Village. There's so many people who just sing the praises of Polynesian Village Resort. People love it. Ohana is one of the reasons why people want to go to Polynesian Village Resort. It apparently has amazing food.
That's all you can eat, I think.
Huh?
I think it's all you can eat.
It
Not
might
sure.
be all you can eat.
Yeah.
And Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. So we also stand Ohana's Polynesian Village Resort. Tusker House is apparently, people love that too. It's also at Animal Kingdom. Sad. But it's by far, people were saying that it's one of the best buffet meals available in Disney. So that's pretty cool. Le Cellier at Epcot! Canada. It's in Canada at Epcot. Frenchy, Canadian, French Canadian. All that stuff's there. Apparently the poutine is apparently really good there. And then there's Cinderella's Royal Table / Be Our Guest Resorts. Do you want to feel like a princess? That's what you do. You go there.
I did want to mention that Cinderella's Royal Table is character dining, so the characters will actually go up to your table. But Be Our Guest is not considered character dining because you can't actually meet the beast there. He just kind of walks around.
Oh, he walks around like a cryptid.
Yeah, he walks very fast.
Yeah.
I was there last year. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, hold on. Audio drop for Discord for me. One moment.
Unfortunately, I cannot hear.
Hello?
Meow. Stream?
Hello.
Stream can't hear us
Hello.
either.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh,
Lizzie, stay
hey,
here.
stream can hear us again.
Okay, that was weird.
That was weird. I don't know what just happened. But
I don't know what happened either.
that's it for me.
Yay. What did you say after the Cinderella's royal table part?
I said that you were gonna get to go to both in the same trip.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's very exciting.
Royal table and be our guest.
Yippee. I've never done character dining before, so that'll be very exciting.
Yeah,
I'm
fun.
excited. I have not done that either, so I'm very excited.
But okay, so the best part is that, speaking of our trip for a moment, if you get the chance to book at Cinderella's royal table, book it before the park opens or after, or basically close to park close. Because if you go like right before park open, you get to go in before everyone else and you get to start at a really great place. And plus you've already eaten, so that puts you at a great spot. But if you go at close, which is what we're doing, you basically get to see the park after you're done eating completely deserted, which makes for fantastic photos. They will not rush you, but they will escort you out like afterwards, but they'll let you like take pictures and stuff, which I'm very excited for.
That's
yeah.
even better.
Yeah,
That's
completely
even
empty,
better.
Magic Kingdom, like yes. Thank
Oh.
you.
And Halloween decorated. at
Yeah, it'll be
Magic
so good.
Kingdom?
Yeah, it'll be so good.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah, those are like special tips and tricks. Okay, next part is how to save money. Because Disney's very expensive. So the first way on how to save money is, so as a disclaimer, we are for childless adults. So if you have a child, this might be a little bit harder to execute, but we'll do our best to accommodate. And also, I did have to mention that if your kids miss a week of school somewhere, they're going to remember this trip way more than the math lessons they have to catch up on. You know, just to be completely honest, especially if it's like at the beginning of September. But yeah, so 5 ways to save money. So one way is on flights and travel. So you can go during the off season, and flights tend to be very affordable at around this time. So for example, if you're going during the on season, and if you're flying from Canada, it would cost something like $600 round trip. And then if you're going off season or when the prices are good, you're paying like $350 round trip, which is about half. And that's a lot of extra money you're saving. The next one is accommodation. So you can try staying at a non-Disney resort hotel or a value resort. Value resorts are, even though it's owned by Disney, they tend to be very affordable, around $150 to $200 a night if you're going during the off season. So that's not too bad, especially if you stay with all of your friends and you split it 4 ways. Another way to save money is on tickets. So right now Disney has a 4-park magic ticket and it's just $99 a day. Unfortunately, this deal came out after we already bought our tickets. So as a heads up, sometimes they do drop deals on you and you never know when it's going to come. And then the 4th way is to save money on merch. So there's 2 ways actually. One of the ways here I listed is Shop Disney, which frequently has sales online. We were able to get in on a 25% off sale before the trip, which is great because I managed to pay less than I would pay at the parks for the exact same items. And you'll get it before your trip, so you don't have to worry about hitting the store or wasting time in line. And another way that you can also save money is there's actually a thing called the Character Warehouse, which has all of the liquidation items and the extra stock from the parks. So you can also hit up those places too. And one of them is located near Universal and one of them is located near Disney itself. They're all driving distance. So it's also a good idea on one of your off days or if you happen to get there a little earlier to hit up those places too. And then the final way to save money at Disney is on dining and deals. So Disney lets you bring in your own snacks, which we will absolutely be doing. And you can bring in your own drinks as well, as long as it's not alcoholic. And you can also, if you're an American citizen, you can buy Disney gift cards on sale. They frequently have sales, Target, Sam's Club, things like that. And if you're Canadian, you can buy them in Canadian dollars and you can spend them at the conversion rate on the day of at the parks, and you get to save the conversion fee. So yeah, there are 5 ways to save money.
Is it not dollar for dollar?
It's not dollar for dollar.
Oh, it was dollar for dollar when I bought my tickets online with my Disney gift card.
Right. You just save money on the conversion, your credit card fee that the credit card will charge you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, it would be such a good deal if it was dollar for dollar, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't have to pay any conversion fees, which my credit card does charge. But if you have a travel credit card, it won't charge you.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
And here is a list of packing things. Feel free to take a screenshot, or I'll send you the slides after, of things that you may not have thought of for Disney. And
So for the park bag, can it just be like a backpack?
yeah, it can be a backpack, but Disney does have restrictions on park bag. Excellent question. On backpack sizes. So it's listed on the website. I didn't copy paste it here, but they do have like a certain limitation on the size. But a standard backpack should be fine.
Second question.
Yes.
What is Body Glide?
Body Glide is an anti-chafe thing that you
my
can.
God, what?
I bought one. You can put it on your feet,
On my thighs.
on your thighs. Yeah, basically anywhere that rubs against anything else.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Body lube.
So-
Oh, poncho. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let's get rained on. It's fine.
Yeah, so you can. Okay, so there's one of the things I did want to mention is you can bring an umbrella into the parks and they will let you bring it in. However, it will ping the scanners because when you go in, there are security scanners. So what you're going to want to do is you want to take out your umbrella and hold it out in front of you if you're going to go in through there. But like honestly, a poncho is a lot easier to deal with because like especially if it's really windy, you're not going to want to fight your umbrella with it.
Right? That's fair.
Heckin' windy.
But I mean, the disposable rain ponchos, you can get them at like Walmart or whatever for very cheap. So they do sell them at Disney for a lot of money, and you don't want to buy theirs.
No.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah. Any questions?
I don't think so. Are we buying? Oh, well, for us, but not for like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are we buying Genie Plus for Epcot and Magic Kingdom? or-
So we will not be doing it for Epcot because Epcot doesn't really have that many. Like it doesn't. Hold on. Let me just go back. Good question. So we're gonna have to talk about Magic Kingdom. It is you can do it without, but at Epcot there's only 11 rides.
Oh, that's what those numbers were. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. That's how many rides there are. But Epcot only has 11 rides, so we can definitely do those during the day. But we're planning to just kind of chill, honestly. So I think like of the 11 rides that there are, there's only like 5 I really want to go on, and one of them is Guardians.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to virtual queue for those anyways.
Okay. Sounds.
Yeah, we might for Magic Kingdom. The good part about that is that you can decide the night before.
Yeah.
So I figured we would decide the night before to see how we were feeling about it. But yeah, that's what the numbers are. Sorry.
Okay.
It's like, why does that one say
Very
25?
random.
Why are there random numbers? That's like how many rides there are.
Okay. I have not been to Disney since I was like child.
Yeah, and M. Reinhardt hasn't been ever.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Disney.
And-
very exciting.
I was gonna say also Piron hasn't gone since he was a child.
I was a like 17-year-old.
Yeah, but that's still like a minor.
He wasn't a child.
I was not a child.
It was a
I
minor.
Was actually a child.
Oh, I
was,
see.
Like, no, like this was like 2006,
Like baby.
like a baby.
Well, I went when I was last year's old.
Yes. Well,
And
lucky.
but I felt like a lot of times, you know, people are like, "Oh yeah, just wing it. It'll be fine." It's not fine. Don't do that at Disney. Never do that at Disney. I felt like I was waiting in long lines for no reason. I didn't understand how any of the reservations worked. And there were a lot of things that you have to reserve in advance that like you just don't know, especially for like dining. You just don't know these things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which I
also,
think is a lot. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I did want to mention to everyone who's watching the video and who's watching the stream, there are special ticketed events like Run Disney, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and also Mickey's Holiday Party. You have to buy advance tickets for those, and they do sell out. So you have to watch out and buy them when they come up. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Ella?
I was gonna say that I'm sure Disney, like, a lot of the stuff was a lot different when I went in 2006.
Oh, for sure.
So, but like, I didn't do any of the like specialty dining. I don't even remember most of the rides.
Oh no.
And like the lightning like the lightning lanes. They weren't lightning lanes. It was like you would go to the thing and you'd like. It was essentially doing the virtual queue, but it wasn't virtual. It was you'd go, you'd press a button, you'd get tickets, you'd press it however many times you need, or scan your tickets, and then you'd get a little like slip, and then you'd go back for that time that's on the slip.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
they used to have that, and they used to have like if you had an annual pass, you used to be able to go on all the line skip things. I forget what it was called, but a lot of people don't like this new system. They find it very convoluted, difficult to navigate, and I can see why. I can see why it's not really good. A lot of people are very displeased about it, but unfortunately, you know, we just got to deal with it. We just got to deal.
I'm surprised that I remember that.
New system's so bad. It is. It's so bad. I had to make a PowerPoint to explain it to everyone.
I still don't understand it. This is why we're gonna discuss this further.
Yeah, we'll definitely take it offline and discuss a little bit further. But thank you for watching this PowerPoint. And if you have any more questions, feel free to leave it in the comments.
I have to pay money to do more work for less ride benefits.
Yes,
yeah,
so-
you're paying for the Disney experience, my guy.
Capitalism.
It's capitalism.
But I did want to also mention that they are reworking the system. They're making it so that, especially for Genie Plus, you're always on your phone. You have to like book your next ride and worry about all that stuff. Which, if you go during the off season, you kind of don't have to. Like, because there are less people, you can kind of plan your way around and do rope drop and not have to worry about paying for Genie Plus. It is possible, and that's also why we're going at this weird time. Because unfortunately, after we already booked... Okay, so for Disney, you have to book things in advance or else they sell out, but they also don't announce things until fairly close to when it actually is going to happen. So I did not know that the Disney 100 year celebration will happen on... What was it? September 22nd? So we're missing everything by a week. Like, they're opening a lot of new things a week after we're already there. But when we bought our tickets, like, 5 months ago, there was no way we could have known. We didn't know. I would have waited, you know, the extra few weeks if I'd known.
How are you gonna know?
But also, because everything's going to be opening that week, it's going to be very busy. So we're kind of going at a good time to hit low volumes.
Right.
And honestly, there's so many new things coming in that we're going to miss, which sucks. But there's so much to see already anyways, so we're not going to like run out of things to do.
We're missing Moana Journey of Water.
Yeah.
I am so sad.
Well, they'll just have to come back next year.
Yeah.
Sad.
I'm also slightly dying.
Oh, that's okay.
Still?
Oh no. All right. Well, I think that's it, right? I think that's it for everything.
I think so. I don't know.
So.
Okay, great. Well, thank you everyone. Thanks for watching, and thanks for coming along for this ride. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.